Katie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So far, so good. It's an interesting day.
I know. I'm so glad you're here, though.
Do you know what we're doing today?
I do. Look what I got.
I see.
I
have a few over here off camera. Great. We'll talk about those in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm so excited to learn more about cameras.
What is the name of the award we're working on?
Photo fun.
You are correct. You are correct. So, what are some of the things we should learn about? Well, let's go back. Let's start a little earlier. What are a couple things we're going to need to talk about for photo? What are we going to need to finish this award?
Cameras.
That's one. And then we're going to do something special a little later. We'll touch on more. But for the adults following along, you need to come up with the gooschase app.
Ooh,
we're going to use that to play a
We're
game.
chasing geese? What does that have to do with cameras?
You can, but you're taking pictures of them more than chasing them.
I'm confused.
We'll get back to it, okay?
Okay.
All right? But first, we're going to talk about some of the pieces of a camera. What makes a camera work kind of thing.
Sure.
We're going to talk about, let me pull up a big one for you. So I got a big honking one that's kind of different and it comes into many pieces, but they come in all shapes and sizes. This one's a digital SLR, which just talks about, the SLR part just talks about the lens.
Okay.
We have little simple ones like this one that just have a screen, in the back and a picture.
That one looks more like mine.
Kind of like yours,
here.
but this one doesn't even have the lens that pokes out on the front of it. So it's real easy to slide it in your pocket and just take pictures quick.
Oh, cool.
And then we have things like your camera, which has a lens that sticks out the front and buttons and a screen.
Yeah.
Or you can get a little fancier with something like this that I borrowed from my daughter. And it has, the blue one's my son. He'll get mad at me if I don't talk about him too. But this one, the lens will actually stick out fairly far. It's got a good zoom on it and things of that nature. Then it's got a big screen that tips and stuff, so you can hold it over your head and hold the screen down and still take pictures.
That's fancy.
Yeah, a little more than I need to use. I use this one over here, but this one has everything we're talking about. So we're going to get started on that. We'll start with the lens. This part, which I just took off the front, is the lens.
That's the lens?
And it's usually got a cap on it, but if you look, when you turn it, oops, we'll do this part. We'll do this way. You can kind of see it sticks out a little farther and the lens part in there. And it gets really particular about different pieces of glass in there, and that's what causes the zoom, which is the next piece we can talk about. When you spin this part out, it actually changes the distance between the lenses, the glass pieces. I know we're getting a little far, but it changes the distance in there, and it actually makes things look a lot closer. Or if you bring it back farther away.
So I can get a closer picture without moving my feet.
Correct. So if you're trying to take a picture of an animal that wants to be not really, doesn't want you real close to it, not like your pets, but like an animal out in the woods or something of that nature. Okay. Then you can get a lot closer with a zoom lens than you could if you weren't trying. Instead of having to try to run right up and take a picture of its ear, you could be, say, 300 yards back, a long way back, like a football field back, and still get that same picture of an ear.
So I don't have to be sneaky.
Not quite as sneaky.
Okay, good. I like that. That's very convenient.
Correct. Then we have things like a shutter. We already talked about zoom, and shutter is the next one. Shutter is that mirror you see in there. Can you see it?
Yes.
We'll show it to the kids, kids watching home. See the mirror part in there. If I was using another type of camera, we could actually make that part move, but this one doesn't like to work when it doesn't have a lens on it. Oh. It's for safety stuff, so it keeps the screen, What
does the shutter do?
That is what moves the light that comes through the lens when you put it together. The light comes through the front, goes up in and hits the shutter, and when that shutter will flip up and down. When you have a viewfinder, or a screen on the back, what it will do is when that shutter is down, it lets the light come up through and see to the viewfinder or onto the screen. When you push the button, the shutter button, what it does is that shutter will flip. It'll flip up and flip right back down. Kind of like that, like nodding your head.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay.
But what it does is that opens up on a digital camera, the photo cell, which actually takes the picture and saves the picture. Okay. Or on a film camera, exposes the film. It'll open and close.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That'll actually put the image, the light, onto the film.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we've got other simple things like a power button. This one actually has a power switch.
Okay, so that's how you turn it on.
This one has a little button on there, which just, if you turn it on, actually get my fingers on it. The screen turns on. That's how you know it's on. And there, if you look quick, you can kind of see me on 2 screens at that point.
Hi, Mr. Brent. I see you twice.
And then we have things like batteries. This one has a big battery.
That seems very important.
That's how you have power.
What happens if it's not charged?
Makes it very difficult to take pictures with a
I bet.
with a digital camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure if you're going out to have fun, to take a lot of pictures, make sure your battery's charged up.
That sounds like a good idea.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've talked about a whole bunch of different cameras. Which camera would you think would be the most fun to play with? The fun to take, I shouldn't play with. Taking pictures is kind of like playing, but more along the lines of which one would you like to take pictures with?
My pink one?
Is that because it's pretty or because you have features that work on it?
I like the color pink.
That's not a bad reason. This camera is blue because my son likes the color blue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My daughter, when her first camera, was purple because she likes the color purple.
I like purple too. Mm-hmm.
So, what are some things we can use to handle cameras? What do you think we need? Hands. What something you have? You have one on you. You have a neck strap around your neck.
Oh yeah.
To hold your camera.
That's
keeps
so it doesn't
so if you
fall.
drop it.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't. It doesn't kind of no longer function. We'll say it that way.
No.
Break it kind of thing.
No, that's not good.
These cameras have wrist straps on them. So that kind of goes around your wrist and you can hold it. But again, if you drop it, it only goes that far.
Whoa.
It'll only
that's
go to your
so
elbow.
Cool.
My camera that I use a lot, I actually have something that goes around my neck. And so the camera kind of holds here. I can hook it to a backpack using an elastic strap and still pull it up and take pictures with it. And I can put it back down.
Well, that's handy.
That's so that when you go places like regular spring escape, when we're not, kind of staying home. Yeah. I can have it on me all the time and take a picture quick, but I still have my backpack or I have other things going on that I can do that with.
Okay, that sounds good.
We touched on a couple other things. We talked about film cameras a little bit. I'm just looking at my notes. Don't mind me. I don't remember everything. We talked a lot about digital cameras. This one would be more referred to as some people would call it a point and shoot camera because it's really not a detachable lens. There's not a lot of features and stuff. You kind of just push the button and it will focus and then take a picture quick.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's more along the lines for people your size. That would be a better camera for littler people just learning to take pictures because it lets you get there.
I like that one too.
As you get up to the Pathfinder age and you're starting to do stuff like honors and things of that nature, a camera like this one would work because you can actually have a zoom lens. It'll zoom out and take pictures from farther away and come back and things of that nature. Okay. Underwater cameras. Ooh. When you really want to take pictures of fish. This one of my son's, it actually I think it's waterproof down to about 3 meters, kind of like a watch. Whoa. So if he wanted to hold it underwater in a stream or a river and take a picture, he could probably handle that.
That sounds like fun.
I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it.
Okay.
All of these cameras that I have all have video features built into them. It can video capture as well.
You can take video too?
You can.
Oh, that's cool.
The technology's gotten far enough that you can actually take video with almost any camera out there. Wow. What's another something that has a camera in it that almost everybody carries?
A watch?
Some watches have cameras. Some of the smart watches have cameras. What's something else? People talk to them from people that are far away.
Oh, you mean a phone?
A cell phone.
Yes.
Most every cell phone out there. I'm old enough to remember phones without cameras. You're probably not.
What?
I know. Dinosaurs and stuff.
That happened?
It did. Wow. But now most every camera has at least 1 or 2 lenses in it, built right into it for taking different types of pictures or low light pictures or things of that nature. Look at the back of your parents' phone. Look at the back and see if it's got a little lens on it. If it does, we'll tell the kids at home, we'll talk about different cameras too. If it's got a little lens on the back, little circle piece on the back of it, it probably has a camera built into that phone. And most kids have probably taken pictures with their parents' phones or their grandparents' phones if they're lucky enough. Their grandparents are lucky enough to have camera phones.
Yeah, my mom likes to take pictures of me with her phone. She's always making us stop and smile.
Probably when you're doing adventurous stuff too, huh?
Yes.
When you're getting your awards or
know.
Leveling up and things of that nature. It's fun.
Yes.
It's fun to do stuff like that, isn't it? Mm-hmm. We talked about a couple things to do. What's something we should do with a lens? If I have a big camera like this, what's something we should do with a lens? What's this?
A cover?
Yeah, what's that do?
It makes it so it doesn't get scratched.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps it safe, keeps it covered. Except for if you go take a picture, I find myself doing this. I'll hold the camera up and forget to take the lens cap off. I know.
You missed the perfect shot.
Sometimes. But then you know what? You take 4 or 5 more pictures and one of them is usually good enough.
Oh, good.
What about screens? Because we talked about dropping cameras. That's another thing on the back of it. On the back of the camera, the big screen. Here, let me turn this one on and see what it shows me. See what it shows. It won't show much, but we'll push another button. And there we go. Now we can actually see the wall behind us a little bit. Can you see the chair over there?
Yeah.
All that funness. But you can see, we'll do this again. We can see me. But here, we'll demonstrate zoom if I can watch myself. And we'll go in and you can see right to my ear.
I can see your ear.
And then if I push this button, we'll do what's called focus. And we'll see if it'll actually work for us. Oh, almost kind of. It doesn't really work. We got glare on there bad enough. Can't show all the fun things through there. But memory cards. All digital cameras have a memory card in them too. That's something we didn't talk about. This one actually has a slot on the side, a little door that pops open. The memory card comes out.
So that's where the pictures live until you take them off.
Instead of having a roll of film that you had to send away and get developed and people had to play with chemicals and things of that nature.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dinosaur technology. It's okay. All those pictures where we used to be able to, the big rolls of film only hold 36 pictures, which was tiny. Now I can fit over 1,000 images on that little card.
Wow.
On that little card.
That's cool.
Anything else you can think of for how to take care of your camera?
Don't leave it out in the rain.
Unless it's a waterproof camera, then it'd be okay. But still, I wouldn't want to leave it out very long either. That probably wouldn't be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So, now we talked about goose chase. Do you know anything about goose chase other than chasing real goose?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to do, part of the award is to play a fun game.
Okay, I like games.
We're going to combine play a fun game, which for the adults following along would be requirement number 5, and take some pictures of family and friends and things of that nature with requirement number 4.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to combine them both. And we're going to do a photo scavenger hunt.
No way. Wait a minute. Louie! Come to a scavenger hunt with me. It's going to be fun. Grab your camera. Let's go.
So
Louie's going to join us.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I've met Louie yet, but that's all right.
He's my friend.
I have friends you haven't met, so that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. But we're going to use the Goose Chase app.
Okay.
And I'm sure somewhere along the line somebody will tell us more information about this Goose Chase app. Okay?
Okay.
But we're going to keep going. So there's a few things we have to talk about for what types of pictures you're supposed to take. I'm pretty sure that's what they're looking for. That was what we're all going to do with this Goose Chase stuff. So we need to take pictures of our friends.
Okay.
Which like Louie. And then pictures of our family, like your mom and dad, or if you have brothers and sisters. Pictures of scenery. What do you know what scenery is?
Trees.
Trees are scenery. What about?
And flowers.
And rivers if you have one at home.
Mountains.
Or if you live in a desert, a cactus would be a piece of scenery. Clouds could be scenery.
Yes.
Okay.
Clouds. Okay.
And then pictures of animals.
Oh, I like animals. I have a cat.
You have a cat?
His name is Smokey.
I was going to ask you what his name was. That's a very cool name for a cat. I had a cat named Smokey when I was a little too.
Yeah?
I did.
That's so
cool. Stories for later. Favorite places, the picture take. Like if you like going to the store, or if you like going to the playground, or if you like going to school. I'm not sure if anybody likes going to school, but we'll get into that. That's a different story.
Like
more stories for later.
My bedroom school, or
your real school building. You could drive by and take a picture of it if you like going to going to school. You could go out for a ride and take pictures.
Okay. Oh, good.
Any place you visit regularly. That's kind of some of your favorite places. You usually go to favorite places a lot. You don't go to some of your least favorite places a lot, do you?
Not unless I'm forced to by my mom.
Yeah. And then pictures of places you don't usually go, which would be those places like drive by your doctor's office and take a picture of that. Nobody likes going there. Their dentist's office. Those aren't fun places to be sometimes. No offense to dentists out there. But anyway. So, what one other thing haven't we gone through on an award? What do we usually, every adventure award has something that we have to do with it. Has a relation to the Bible, right?
Yes.
So what are some things you've heard about? We've talked about images, or pictures and images are the same kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what do you think it means to be made in God's image?
To be like a copy, a picture.
Like a picture. So in Genesis 1:26 through 27, it said, "Then God said, let us make human beings so that they are like us. Let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds in the sky. Let them rule over the livestock and all the creatures in the wild. And let them rule over all the creatures that move above the ground."
Oh, cool.
So God wanted us to be like him. So
that's really neat.
But that also means not just physically on the outside, but also spiritually on the inside. He wants us to be more and more like him, to make ourselves like him. So to take kind of a picture of ourselves, or take a picture of him and have that be what we want ourselves to be.
Like a reflection.
That'd
like
be
a
very good
mirror.
That would be a very, very good way to put it.
Yeah.
So, what did you learn about cameras today?
Oh, I learned so much.
What was your favorite thing we talked about?
The color pink.
Very good. Very good.
I liked learning about the lens and how you can focus in on things far away. That's really cool.
Very good. Do you have any questions about cameras that I might be able to answer for you?
What's film you speak of?
Film is an old piece. It was made up and it was long strips. Most times there was really wide ones and there was little narrow ones, but 35 millimeters, what most people would remember. And if you talk to your parents or your grandparents, they might remember and tell you more. But it was something that was photosensitive. It's very big words. But it was photosensitive and would allow you to copy the image that came through the lens and actually save it on a piece of, I think it was mostly made of cellulose.
Wow.
Again, more big words.
Yes.
But that's that kind of stuff. And then it's a little different, but it's still made to capture the image. And you had to be more careful, and you couldn't just take like 100 pictures of your toes like you can with a digital camera. Yes. You can hold your foot out and take different pictures of your toes from every different angle.
Yeah.
With a film camera, if you did that, it would be a lot more expensive. Or it would also be a lot more challenging to people. But some people did things like that. I know my father has been into photography for a lot of years, into cameras and things like that.
Cool.
I can probably find, if I really looked hard, he has pictures of a sewing machine needle.
That's
I don't know why,
weird.
But he just did.
Okay.
So
sure.
It's a matter of taking pictures of what you're interested in. We talk about taking pictures of your favorite place. Same thing. It was something that struck him and he liked the image, so he took a picture of it.
Okay.
So same idea. That when you're doing your goose chase photo scavenger hunt, take pictures of what interests you, what you like, what you really want to take pictures of.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
So it's been very nice talking to you.
You too. Thanks for telling me all about cameras, Mr. Brent.
Not a problem. I hope you have a great day, great rest of the day, and have a good weekend. Enjoy Spring Escape.
Yes, it's been so fun. Should we say goodbye to Louie?
Bye, Louie.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everybody.